Arsenal play Everton on Sunday. We have to win this game. It's our last game of the season. But there's some discussions going around that's actually worrying me. And it's making me think, would Arteta actually be willing to take this kind of risk? You know, people are saying that in this game, because it's the last game of the season, maybe we should offer some minutes to the fringe players. ML Smith-Rowe, Reece Nelson, maybe Eddie Nketiah. And I'm sitting there thinking, am I in the minority here? Surely this cannot be the game to be charitable in. We're so close to the finish line. These people are saying, well, we're probably not going to win it anyway. So maybe in the last game of the season, they want to see ML Smith-Rowe. They would like to see Reece Nelson. Am I in the minority? Let me know. Like I said, surely it's not just me that thinks, what are you talking about? This cannot be the game that we rest players. We need to be playing a strong team. We're going to get into it. Also, we're going to talk team news, score prediction. Before we get into it, though, just very quickly, please do me the favour. Just hit like on this video. So, like I said, let me know your thoughts on this, because there is literally genuine discussion online of it's not, if it was one or two people, I wouldn't mind it. But there's so many people agreeing with these, what would be called content creators online, you know, saying maybe we need to offer some minutes to these fringe players. And to me, it's just like, why are you trying to give Man City even more advantage at a time where Arsenal have such an outside chance? Look, it's not impossible. We need a miracle to happen in that game between Man City and West Ham. West Ham can be a good team. They're well managed and they got some tricky players. But if West Ham win that game, it would be a huge upset. And to be fair, it may even be one of the biggest upsets in Premier League history. I'm sure there's others that people can point out. But listen, for Man City to lose the league on the last game of the season, coming off the back of winning a treble, would be massive news. It would be huge. Can it happen? Yes, of course. Look, I'm always going to be hoping for it to happen. I'm not ready to accept defeat until the very last minute. Right, let's get into this game anyway against Everton. Look, Everton can be a good team. They beat us last season. They're actually in a good run of form at the minute. Look, I don't need to talk about their current run of form. I don't need to talk about how many goals they've scored, how many goals they've let in, because it's the last game of the season. All bets are off. It's just a game of football. Arsenal have one more game of football that we need to win. And if we field our best team, Arsenal probably should win. I don't give Everton much of a chance in this. Now, in football, you can never say never. It's not impossible for Everton to beat us, just like it's not impossible for West Ham to beat Man City. But I expect to beat Everton probably the same way that many Man City fans predict they will beat West Ham. So, look, the team news, I think we have to go for this team selection. David Raya, Ben White, Saliba, Gabriel, and then tomiyasu. You probably have to stay with that. The central midfield position, this is probably an area where we can have some discussion. Let me know your thoughts. Look, Thomas Partey in that last game maybe struggled. Look, so many people said Thomas Partey shouldn't have played that game. They would have played Jorginho. Look, I can't lie. I said I would have played Thomas Partey in that game. And in this game against Everton, I would play Thomas Partey again. Do you remember when we last played Everton? Onana was so combative in there for Everton. Do you remember he kind of, Declan Rice and Onana, they was kind of going head to head. Onana was saying, meet me in the tunnel after. Like, you need a big, strong player in there. I don't think this is a game that you can afford to play Jorginho in that central midfield position. Let me know what you think. But for me, you have to play Thomas Partey. You have to fight fire with fire. If he's going to be combative, I think you need a combative Thomas Partey in there to counteract that. Thomas Partey, Declan Rice and Odegaard. Saka, Havertz. And this, again, the left wing position, let me know what you would do. Because, look, I'll be straight up. I would stay with Leandro Trossard. I don't think you have to change the team. Look, the last time we saw Martinelli, he actually looked like he come on. In his cameo appearance, he actually done some interesting things. He maybe could have scored in that Man United game. So if people say that they want to start Martinelli, then I would understand. Personally, I wouldn't. I think Trossard is in such good form. He's probably in the form of his life. If you're looking at his actual output, his numbers, his goal-scoring record, he's been brilliant this season. So to me, I keep Leandro Trossard in there because at the minute, right now, I think he's our best left winger. And I think you need to still play your best players, regardless of what these people are saying online. I still think you have to play your best team against Everton. So Trossard for me would be that guy. Look, in terms of a score prediction, I would probably go with... I'm going to go with a 4-0 convincing win. That's slightly optimistic, but I think these Arsenal players are going to want it so much. They're going to do everything in their power to win this game that they might just blow Everton out the water. They might just have way too much for this Everton team. Like I said, let me know your score prediction. But yeah, I'm going to go with a 4-0 win. I think I think Arsenal are definitely capable of doing it. And then, all we can do... Look, the games are on at the same time. That's all we can do in our game. Then we're kind of going to be watching the Arsenal game, looking on the phone, kind of checking the score. I just hope Man City in that game don't score a goal within like the first 10, 15 minutes. I hope they're made to sweat. And then they become more and more desperate. If Man City are in a position where they don't score, say even by half-time. Now, it's probably still inevitable. They probably will, like we saw in the last game, come out in the second half and score a couple of goals. But make them work for it. Don't offer them cheeks up straight away within the first 10 minutes and let them put a goal past you, because Man City will take it and then they'll go on to win 4-5, 6-0 like Arsenal have done against West Ham this season. They cannot concede that early goal. And then you don't know what's going to happen. If it gets to the second half and they're panicking, they're going to be committing men forward. That's your chance. That's where you play Antonio in and just let him attack Man City. Antonio's got a goal in him. They've got a decent midfield. Defensively, I don't think they're great, and I think that's where they might struggle against this Man City team. This Man City team's relentless. And I'll tell you what's frustrating. Gundogan, I said early on in the season, a lot of the reason that Man City are dropping so many points is because they're lacking that Gundogan, that guy who just pops up with massive moments, that he has the ability to turn a game on his head. And it's kind of like Guardiola has transformed into Gundogan in this last section of the season. Where are these goals coming from Guardiola? I think he struggled in his early Man City career. Even Man City people were saying, look, this isn't maybe the player that I thought he was. He didn't come in and do that great. But recently, since he's been playing in that left-back position, he's actually flourished. So, I don't know. I just hope... I'm just praying that West Ham can take some points, I'll be honest with you. Look, regardless, it's been a brilliant season. I'm so happy with the way that it's gone. I'm so happy that Arsenal were able to sustain this title push. But at the same time, it's like you're getting so close. Please just let me win it. Because you do look at next season and say, if we don't win it this season, it will be more difficult next season, in my opinion. Now, look, Arsenal are going to have the team. We're going to improve in the summer. We're going to bring some guys in. We're going to sell some guys as well. So the squad, all in all, will be stronger. But I can't help but thinking, next season, will we be able to not drop points to all of the top six? Will we be able to beat Man City and then draw with them? Will we be able to beat Liverpool and then draw with them? Will we be able to beat Chelsea and then draw with them? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, we haven't dropped points to many of them top 6 teams this season, or any. We haven't lost to them. Can we do that again next season, or will we pick up points in different areas? I don't know. It's just frustrating that you get so close and you're just playing against this relentless Man City team. The points total that Arsenal are on this season already would have won the title in so many Premier Leagues, like before Pep Guardiola or before this 1-1-5 Man City. Like, Arsenal would have been crowned champions long ago. So many of the Arsene Wenger, the Sir Alex Ferguson titles were won on less points than what Arsenal currently have. So that's a frustration that the league's got better, that the points tally needed is so much higher. Man City have made the Premier League now. Like back in the day, you could drop points. Like, you could lose a game against an okay team and maybe have a few draws. Like the Invincible season, we had, 12 draws. Like, you can't do that anymore. Like, we've got more wins than the Invincible this season, and we still might not win the league. Look, I think there's reasons to be hopeful if you're an Arsenal fan. I do think that the Sesko links are very interesting. I've been watching more on him now that these links have been coming out since yesterday's video. Look, and I like the player. I think he's a good player, and I think he will add things. Not all you guys are convinced. I've seen in the comment section that some people are saying, I don't think this is the profile of player we need to go for. I think we should go for Gyökeres. Also, a player we've spoke about many times on this channel. And there are links with Gyökeres. So when the season finishes, we will be doing like a video about what kind of strikers we can go for, what kind of links there are out there. Because I think the 3 main strikers are Isak, Gyökeres, and Benjamin Sesko. They're 3 very interesting options. And we will deep dive into all of them options at a later date. But look, I wanted to make this one about the Arsenal and Everton game and the Man City and West Ham game. What are your thoughts on both of them? Have you conceded the title? Do you see any way that Arsenal can still win this Premier League title? It's going to be difficult. Can it happen? Yes, because weirder things have happened in football. Anything can happen. It's going to be very, very difficult. I give us a 10% chance of winning the league still. So that's not 0. but 90% in Man City's favour. That's a big, big advantage. Let me know your score prediction in the Arsenal and Everton game, but also let me know your score prediction in the Man City and West Ham United game. What do you think the score is going to be? Thanks so much to everyone for watching and listening. Before you go, if you could, just very quick, hit like on this video. Just like it and subscribe, and I'll speak to you all in tomorrow's video. Gooners, have a good day.